I've got an idea that's percolating in my brain. I want to let it continue to churn while we listen to Russell Wilson talk about last night's loss and also the shoulder injury that he had entering the game that happened against the Raiders a couple of weeks ago.
Shoulder did good, but listen, I think the only thing that matters is us winning. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The only thing that matters is us winning and finding a way. Been through tough times before. I know that we can come on the other side. We got too many good football players and guys who work their butts off every day, and so we got to make that happen. And there's no excuse for it. We got to find a way. Like once again, I thought we did some really good things. We did some things that we should have tightened up and done better. And so what I'm focused on is finding a way to keep doing the good things that we were doing. How do we keep doing those things? So tonight was unfortunate. We should have won that game. We felt like, and we got to keep going.
You know what? He's getting closer to having a human moment. He's starting to not believe his own BS. Like after the loss to the Colts, he was able to deliver all that smiling, and I think he realized you can't smile your way through it. You can't smile your way through a crap performance. At some point, you have to reflect in the way you deliver your comments what everyone else is feeling. They don't want to see you smiling and happy after you've lost a game that you should have won. They said they should have won last night. They should have won the game against the Colts. They should have won both games. And I just feel like he's starting to realize I still am going to deliver the words, but I'm not even going to try to sell that I believe them anymore. And I think maybe after another loss or two, we're going to get closer and closer to, and I don't want to psychoanalyze the guy, but we're peeling the layers down toward the real Russell Wilson, one loss at a time.
Well, I hear you. It's got to be. He's got to be. I give him a lot of credit, and this is why I think some people don't like him sometimes. It's cheesy, corny, whatever. He is what he is. I don't think it's fake.
He wasn't cheesy or corny last night, though.
No.
That's what I'm saying. The facade is starting to melt away from Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I hear you. I do. Well, because it's just he's a beaten puppy right now, and what else can he say? So he's got to start, kind of being real with the situation here a little bit, and can't just always spin it as, wait, I'm oblivious to the world, the glass is half full, because that'll also be like the guys in the locker room be like, is this dude delusional? Like, it's not sunny and the glass is not half full. Shit out here is dark, and there's a drop of water left in the glass right now. We are crappy, right? So that's where, it is good to see that. But, yeah, the offense, I just don't see signs of it turning around. And, if they can squeak out wins while they look ugly, okay, that softens the blow as they try to figure that out on that side of the ball. But, wins are going to be tough. And if they lose on top of looking ugly, man, it's just going to be a lot more pressure and people talking about this as the weeks go on.
Also did not end his press conference with Broncos Country Let's Ride. Did not.
Wow,
and
that's news.
That
right
may be
there.
the first time
that's
he
news.
did not sign off with. It used to be Go Hawks, then it became Let's Ride, and
well, he's off the horse right now.
There are occasions where it just doesn't work, and you know what? It's a testament to how great he was in Seattle that they were never this bad. There was never a time when we were like, what the hell is wrong with the Seahawks? What the hell is wrong with Russell Wilson? That's what makes this so stunning. 10 years of good to great to excellent for the entire team and for Russell Wilson. And we never, ever had been in this situation where like, this guy just isn't very good. And that's the thing with franchise quarterbacks. Once we know they're great, they stay great. Having a guy fall off like this doesn't happen. It's why there's limited risk in signing a guy to a massive contract. Well, the Broncos, they're stuck with Russell Wilson at least through 2025 unless they want to take a massive and crippling cap hit. And at some point, if this continues, you just have to rip off the Band-Aid and deal with it. But this is stunning. It's unprecedented in the salary cap age. I can't think of another time where a guy he's only 34. I don't know, he turns 34 next month. He's right in that gulf in the early to mid-30s. He should not be falling off like this. Not when Tom Brady is still going fairly strong at age 45.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers in his late 30s, Matt Ryan in his late 30s. This shouldn't be an age thing for Russell Wilson. I don't know what it is. And you know what else is going to happen? After every loss, we're going to hear of another injury. Now there's a hamstring that supposedly happened fourth quarter of last night's game. So you got the shoulder, you got the hamstring. And if he's ever benched, I don't not that they got anybody to bench him for.
No, they don't.
But he's never going to be benched. He's going to be too injured to play before he's ever benched.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It is. And he's taking some hits, and a lot of that, I will say a lot of it, again, their offensive line's solid. It's not great. I know we had moments of seeing Khalil Mack and company collapse the pocket. But, man, as we talked about earlier, some of the hits and the running is also just, it's him. It's unnecessary. It's him not working the offense, working the pocket. And, yeah, Mike, I mean, it is shocking to see. I can't remember a move by a big-time quarterback like this that's this bumpy, where, we're just so accustomed to seeing him be a clutch, and the way he plays and operates, it's just it's all in shambles right now. The one thing is he's going to continue to work. I'm not going to, throw in the white towel on Russell Wilson yet. That's for sure. I'm not. He's been in these, problems and battled back before. But this is as bad as we've seen it. And, it's like he's getting used to a new culture, a new offense. He's feeling all the pressure like you're talking about. And, to your point, too, with what you're saying with Pete Carroll, I think there's a little merit to they figured out maybe how Russell played and operated and played a style of football, that was best for him, while also probably, making him like this a little bit in the way he plays quarterback, too, that's adding to, some of these problems that we're all talking about right now.
They hid his flaws so well that other people didn't realize the flaws were even there. That's basically what it came down to. They
Looks
managed
like that right
him.
now.
They managed him in a way that, because remember, I used to say about the Seahawks, because we believed it. Hey, Seahawks, if you don't regard this guy as a franchise quarterback, trade him to a team that does. And they did, and he's not. That's what's amazing about all of this. Now, let me throw this one out there.
Yeah.
Because they have the 4-2 Jets coming to town this week. Rematch of the 1998 AFC Championship game. We have managed to mention both championship games from the 1998 season. Saw the Broncos win their second straight Super Bowl. But they lose that one. Let's say if. We don't know. And we're not allowed to say maybe they will because Aaron Rodgers doesn't want that negative energy manifested, and he was right. Then they go to London to play the Jaguars, and who the hell knows with the Jaguars. But, Chris, the bye week's after the London game. And there's so much focus now on Russ that we've kind of forgotten that Nathaniel Hackett isn't getting it done. Can you rule out the Walmart crowd just saying, let's have E.J. Evero ride this thing through to the end of the season? I mean, if we're going to lose him anyway after the year as a head coaching candidate elsewhere, let's give him the rest of the season to see if he can simplify this, turn it around, let the team run through the defense, and let's come up with a way to get Russell Wilson to play like he did when he was winning a Super Bowl with a team that, wait for it, ran through the defense.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not. And for my money, we haven't gotten there. I wouldn't. Again, it's not easy what we're talking about here. It is a first-time head coach. I understand that. But this is where I would want,
But so's Kevin O'Connell, and he's 5-1. Right? I mean, look around. Other first-time coaches are doing well, which does not help Nathaniel Hackett in this argument at all.
No, it doesn't. And the biggest thing is just the week one decision that I think really piles onto this conversation altogether. But yes, I understand that. But at the same time, if I'm the Walton family, I'm going to go, wait, I'm going to trust the people that we have here football-wise that made this decision. It's still very early on in this process. And the biggest thing to me is right now, if I was going to sit down with the Walton family and we're going to watch some film, let's sit down, Walton family, and watch some film. They're going to see that the bigger issue is the quarterback right now. It's not the fact that people aren't open. And again, I haven't gone back to watch the film of last night or anything like that, so I can't speak to last night. But I've talked about this on my podcast. I've showed things on social and all of that to where it's not like the offense isn't delivering some places to throw the football. I come away every week writing a page of notes going, this is unbelievable. There's people open all over the field, and he just won't make it happen that way too. So that's where I guess I have a little bit of a side of me that wants to stick up for Nathaniel Hackett right now because of what you're talking about. I mean, maybe Seattle really did know that there was these issues, and it's all coming to us, front and center right now. because they can't play a style of football, maybe to just support it, make the stats look good, and then he can have the ball at the end of the game to make magic happen. And I don't think he's capable of making magic, but I wouldn't go there yet, Mike. Long story short.
By the way, that was Broncos limited partner Sir Lewis Hamilton, 7-time F1 world champion, sitting between Rob Walton and Greg Penner. And Sir Lewis Hamilton had to be thinking last night, given his sport, driving around in a race car, he had to be thinking, this shit is boring. Right? Look at him. He's like, when does the race start? Can we put some cars out on the field? Could that make it more exciting? He's got to be wondering what the hell he got himself into. The Waltons and the Penners have to be wondering what they got themselves into, and that's where I think some of the urgency may come from when they get to the bye week, because they had 11 days. They had the most time you can ever have between games without a bye week, from a Thursday to a Monday. And that was, we're going to go back to the lab and we're going to fix things. And at the end of the day, it looked fixed early, and then it all fell apart again.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.